Hang on here.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, how are you?
Morning. Good.
Great. Welcome to Auntie Ya's Book Corner. And today you are on the Own It platform. So I'm the queen of Own It, and
Yes.
I'm an ornithologist. I teach you or I support you to own your stuff. So what this is all about is I have a resource coming out on Thursday, March 24th. It's Own It. And it's a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. Why this resource? Well, you and I know, especially those of us who may be from a particular background, we are in a state of learned helplessness. Sometimes we think people have to do for us what we have to do for ourselves. So this resource is just to point you, it's not that you don't know, you have all the ideas, but just moving forward. So in taking this resource or buying it, you read it, and then you get some more nuggets to help you on your life journey. So on March 24th, it will be available for 99 cents, March 24th only. So the link will be shared on social media. You go and you get your copy. And when the manuscript is ready at a later date, then it will be sent to your e-Kindle. So help me to support and serve others by putting this book in front of people. So on that day, don't tell whoever may be calling you or encouraging you to buy that, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it next week. March 24th is the day. Get it, 99 cents. Coffee is more expensive.
It is.
Put it in perspective. Yes, we need to grow as people. We need to grow, surely. Can you imagine being born and then drifting through life and dying and going to being put in the cemetery without doing what you were brought here to do? And many people, especially women, are going through oh, I want to be married, oh, I want to be this, and they are not fulfilling their life purpose. There's got to be more. Men also, I'm not just talking to him, everybody. Yeah, you need to just take a look at your life and enjoy it and have a meaningful life. So yeah, I will leave it to you to chat. Hello, Ajua. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. You are great.
Ajua is the best.
Oh, she is. God bless her. Wow.
Yeah.
If you have 5 of those in your life, you are done.
That's
it's not even 5, 2. 2.
You need just 2 of
you need 2.
That's
Ajua,
true.
blessings activated for you. I can't begin to say me, I can't. No.
Yeah,
so I'll just activate open heavens over your life. That's all that I can tell you. Yes.
Yeah. She's genuine and does everything like out of her heart.
Yes. No holds barred. Yeah, Pacho. I'll leave you to chat while I go and share.
This is my toughest part.
You can say anything.
Anyway, hi everybody. Today we're touching on the Own It, just to let you know what to expect if you pre-order your copy on March 24th. So what we're talking about today is why do we find it so difficult to own our stuff? So we're going to delve into that, and we'll be talking about uh, identity issues like self-awareness. And anyway, I don't usually I don't want to go into it. It's like I'm spoiling the whole thing. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just say that. But there's a whole lot more that we'll be talking about today. But it's all on why we don't own our stuff, things that prevent us from doing that, and how can we get over that. So join us in the conversation. But what's happening around the world now is
Oh boy.
fuel prices.
Yes.
That's oh yes, we
Thank
love it
you.
so much.
Journey. Oh,
Are you
let's
done?
see. I think I forgot some people, so I'll
Okay.
just
Let me know in the comments below how much you're buying gas these days. For
hmm.
us, yesterday was 170 something, and last
Oh,
week it was
oh
just
my gosh.
yes, it's gotten to 1.7. I forget the yeah, but it was 143 last weekend also 146.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just jumped, and it's very unusual. You know that it's very unusual here in this side of the
Mm-hmm.
world for things to be going
Mm-hmm.
up. I mean, in a week, 30 cents and more. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
outrageous.
Wow.
Yeah, and
I
it's
was
also
look.
that the counters are depleting, and you don't see them filling them up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think we can go.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So
Let me. Okay. Let's see here. Now, where am I? Okay, I'll put this on. So there, this is what I should have put up. Queen of
okay.
Bonnet, your own ornithologist. My coach calls himself a
Okay.
worthologist.
A
He
what?
calls himself a worthologist. He helps
Oh,
people to create worth. So it's up to you to create
oh,
your brand. And I thought to myself, own it. I said, well, I'm an ornithologist. I think I
oh.
think I don't know if it's the video that I posted or the one I'm going to post on Monday. I said I am an ornithologist, not an ornithologist. And I said bird watcher, like a bird expert. No, own it.
Oh, that's the bed aspect one. Okay.
Yes.
It's a good discussion then.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, you are right on, Ajua. Mhm.
Yeah.
So let me put the topic up for today and then we will see. Own it. Why do we find it so difficult to own our stuff? Why? So the first reason is identity issues, not knowing who we are. What do you have to say about that? Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're not knowing who we are. It can be you've never known who you are, like
Hmm.
you've never really done any assessment. And it can also be that you've changed over time, but you haven't really reassessed to know
Hmm.
who you are. And I think that's
Hmm.
what happened to me
Hmm.
actually. Yeah. I've been
Hmm.
spending
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
I think Nana said she told me something the other day. She said usually I think it takes $30 to fill her tank, but she spent 43. And I said, oh, then if I go and do mine, it will probably be 60 or 70. And I'm looking at it and it's kind of less than half. And I'm like, I have to go there and it's going to be
Yeah.
quite the trip.
And as of today, it's gone even higher, so expect
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what happened to me because
Hmm.
um I was fortunate that my dad used to talk to me about these things when he was driving me up to school. We used to live in Akuse then, and he would drive me to Ebri. So we used to talk about life issues and things he expected of me and stuff like that. So already I had started thinking about what I needed to do, or he didn't make you feel like you're a woman, so just learn how to cook and blah blah blah. Because when we moved to Akuse, actually, he was doing the cooking for us because my mom was in Kofredia then, and so I had already, and I knew I knew who I was. I knew, like, I knew things that I was passionate about. I knew things that I liked. I knew things that ticked me off. And I was aware of all those things. So I either try to avoid or, you know, um, get into what I really love to do. Just that I wasn't bold enough to tell them. Maybe if he had lived longer.
Hello,
Hey,
Bishop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Please get your copy on the 24th. The link will be shared. So go on Amazon and get a copy. It's pre-order, so you're just getting, you'll get the actual book later, but you are pre-ordering for 99 cents on that day. Only
only.
that day. The price will go up after that, so catch it that day. And I know you know lots of people, so please encourage them to get their copies. Share the links with your networks. Thank you so much. Adjoa, sorry, Miss Adjoa, yeah, continue.
It's important. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't really bold enough to share my passions with them, like especially my mom, because she wasn't really open. Like my dad was, he was open. He knew I used to dance in school and he never said anything, but my mom would make you feel like you're going to hell for
Yeah,
being.
we are still feeling like that to this day. That is our community for you. Everything, holy, 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 holy. Let me put it out there. Like it's too much.
Yes, it is. It is. And that is one of the things that prevents us actually. It
From
makes
being
us afraid
ourselves.
to actually come out, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
be ourselves. And then when I hit 40,
Mm-hmm.
my close friends would say I had a midlife crisis, and it really was. Because I was actually asking myself a lot of questions, like where am I at now, like what have I achieved, like
You
um
sound like me.
you know
Yes,
it's
thank you.
devastating.
That is it, right? One of the saddest regret in life is being unable to discover your identity and your passion.
Yeah,
Before you came on, Bishop, I was saying that it's very tragic for a person to be born and then to drift through life, die, and be put in the cemetery without accomplishing anything or figuring out anything of what you were actually supposed to be doing.
yeah,
Or maybe because somebody has trapped you. Many women, like I say, they are worrying themselves, worrying their heads about relationships and men and this and that. God did not put you on this earth just for that. There's something else you should be doing. Yeah, Patrick, continue.
yeah. So yeah, one of the questions I also asked myself, if I was like content with where I was, what did
Mm-hmm,
I need to do in order to get there, like
mm-hmm,
all those questions. And I think it helped me because it changed my focus on what to use my time on. Because
mm-hmm,
yeah, I apportioned my time differently, and I started reading on stuff that I thought that would bring me to where I
you
want
needed
to
to.
be, in order, yeah, to be happy, to be content, and to
Mm-hmm,
feel fulfilled. Um, I think it's also one of the reasons, because of the talks with my dad and knowing what I really wanted to do in this world. That's one of the reasons why getting married wasn't really the top of my priority at that time.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I actually had a talk with my little sister that if you want to get married, don't wait for me. Go ahead and get married, because it's not really on my radar right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will get married. Marriage is beautiful if you do it the right way.
Yes.
It's not, I really want to do something else first.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so she did, and she got married before I did. And people thought that I will feel sad or whatever. People, Oh my God, on the Sunday of her Thanksgiving marriage, the pastor actually told me that, oh, yours will come soon. And I said, my what? I knew what he was talking about, but I was so pissed. I just said, my what?
The
What?
assumptions.
Yeah. I didn't care. I was happy for her because I wasn't ready.
Hmm.
If I wanted to get married, I would. And then what? Rush and
Hmm.
get into one just because I'm desperate to get married
Yes,
before my
yes.
sister or get married at a certain age. It's it's a long term thing, and you don't have to rush into
Hmm.
things that you really are not ready for.
Hmm.
So I think that, yeah, um, these societal things in the churches, in the communities, in our
Hmm.
families, they are the reasons why we do not own our stuff. It becomes
Yes.
hard for you to own your stuff. It almost feels, they almost make you feel ashamed to own yourself sometimes,
Hmm.
because they have their own perceptions and rules which might not apply to what you actually have, what God has made you to be. I don't get it, because God made you a certain way. He breathed into you, he gave you something, and you're supposed to live it. We're all different, but the society will make you feel like you have to be like a
Yeah.
cookie.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of Ajo now. I'm saying, yeah, it's like we are trapped in a box. And
Yes,
last time on one of the programs, I made a comment, and I think this lady called Felicia, she said she really liked what I said. I said, we have to allow people to be. In our
yes,
society, we don't allow people to be themselves. Just put something on social media right now saying, oh, this or that. You see what people will come and write.
yeah, yeah,
And it's always condemnation and judgment.
yeah,
Always. Nothing productive or nothing encouraging to build you up. Their mindset, it's so negative, so
yeah,
we think the worst of it. And that's how we've been brought up.
yeah,
Because of
yeah.
this, we sit in judgment on people. Oh, you should be doing this. Oh, you should be doing that, because that's what has been prescribed. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that it's important that we have these talks with our children.
Hmm.
It shouldn't just be children talk. And I always told my friends when they were
Hmm.
having children that don't do baby talk with your children. Talk to them like any
Grown
other.
up.
Maybe the vocabulary would be simpler,
Hmm.
but let them know like life issues. They are never
Yes.
too young to learn. Like you have to
Yes.
take the opportunity of everything that happens with them to teach
Hmm.
them something, because
Hmm.
those things stays. Like my dad really helped me a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. For you to have been getting those talks is very like it's like wow, that is a plus, because most parents don't spend time talking to their children about anything. Even
yeah,
the birds and the bee talk, I don't remember if my mom really ever had that talk. Like, because the society is everything is out off limits. You can't
yes,
talk about this. You
out
can't talk about that. We are not open. It's always, and it's there up till now, because you hear the youth complaining. Sometimes we have to look at, I'm not justifying why they are behaving the way they are, but when you are in a structure that's been only built up to sustain the adulthood and maintain that respect. Oh, the seniors, the adults, they are never wrong.
right,
It's like, was it Emmanuel G? One time he said that you have excuse me, a grown up fat, and then they'll come and beat you, the child that it's you, but they know they did it. Like those,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
it's very
yeah,
deep.
yeah.
So it's kind of, it's very no, no, no. I'll run through. Adjoa has a comment here, but I'll run through some stuff and then I'll read her comment.
Okay,
It's like, it's saying that when you know who you are, you have confidence in yourself, and then you are able to identify your strengths that distinguishes you from others, and then you focus on it and you build on it. So I looked at that. There were different definitions for identity, but it says the distinguishing character or personality of an individual. So elements of identity includes race, ethnicity, gender, age, personality, physical attributes, etc. But the struggles come because because of the things that are going on, we are not able to be authentic. You
right,
stated a lot of, we are not able to, people have their perceptions of, oh, you're a woman, so this is what you should be doing. Or you're a man, so you shouldn't cry. So you
yeah,
have men in relationships who are just kokoti. They won't even, like move from their position because they've been made tin gods from birth. I read something in one of the groups I'm in about the person was saying that, oh yeah, somebody, they said something. They said, who raised these men? Cry. Oh, it was a pastor who posted it. He said, who raised these men? A man is sitting at work at home, bothering the wife who has to do a report for a boss that he hasn't eaten and the kids are hungry. Meanwhile, there's food in the fridge that he can go and warm up and giving the woman stress. So the pastor's question, then who raised these men? And some woman said, yes, it's we, the women, who raised them like that, because the boy will be sitting in front of the TV watching telly and the girl is doing all the work.
Yeah.
And so when they grow up, that's what they expect. And so one other lady said, hey, come on, I'm not doing that. My sons are doing things,
Yeah.
Hey. So we don't stay true. We don't know who we are. So we let other people define us. This lady, her name is Sue Ramirez. She says, don't let anyone define you, And then also knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom by Aristotle. Think about it. You get up every day, you go to work. We come from somewhere, that's our situation. So we brought all our baggage and come here to an environment where there's resources that we may not have had access to.
Yeah.
Nothing stops you from peeling off all the layers and then doing the work, but we don't want to. That is what saddens me, that to see our people sit on social media, gossip, insult people, do all kinds of things instead of devoting time to bettering themselves. You don't have to go far to better yourself. Just Google something, access some, and you'll be, it doesn't take much if you want to learn, because consistently over time, if you keep feeding yourself, these positive things, it becomes part of you. In the same vein, if you keep feeding yourself negativity constantly, it also becomes a part of you, and it's difficult to deprogram it. And as somebody said, if you are sitting on social media insulting people and your children are watching you, what are they learning? Is that the identity?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, and then to what you're saying, labels are put on you. For me, it's like I'm saying that I didn't, like my father was very, he was very simple, a simple, like man of few words, but he was very simple, down to earth, everything. So that's what I learned. That's what I picked. I've met a lot of people in my lifetime that they want to show themselves so higher than you, try to put on airs and do all kinds of things. There was a time years ago, we went to somebody's house and then somebody came and they were doing themselves, trying to speak brofo chinchini, whatever. And so the woman asked the other lady that, and what did I do? She said, oh, no, she just sat there watching them.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people see you, they're intimidated by you, they want to. That's what I've had on. I don't know who people think I am. And I'm saying this honestly, truthfully. I won't put myself down. At the same time, I'm not putting myself so high that I'm better, but I have to speak this truth. Every single time when I've come into contact with other women, they want to do something to you and pull you down. I'm like, oh, what is your problem? What is your problem? They don't even know you, and then they put labels on you and just, do every single time without fail. They want to tear you down. So why do we do those things to ourselves? And I'm not going to change who I am for you. I've realized that before, people feel so insecure. Somebody, they find say they don't know how to speak English that well. When they hear that, say, oh, what is education? What they try to say things,
Yeah.
And before, when I didn't really know who I was, I said, okay, like I said, I take after my father in the sense of being simple, being whatever. And, I can get along with people up here. I can get along with anybody. So when you start being like that, people think, oh, you are some fool. But it's not that, oh. That is not the point. It's just everybody's a human being. You treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. But we are people, we don't know that.
Oh.
We pick and choose who we want to accept or who. No, it's not going to get you anywhere. So this identity thing, look, you sit there and look at your age and where you are and ask yourself, you come this far and you still don't know who you are, it's a problem. Like me right now, I'm like no holds barred. I put my stuff out there. I'm saying, you know what? You can think whatever you want.
Yep.
Yes. My birthday is next week.
Yes.
I'm getting older. The
And it's
age,
on your day, right?
no, 24th, no.
Oh, okay.
It's a week. My birthday is a week before. So what I'm saying is that I'm getting,
Thursday.
it's 2 weeks away now, the
Oh.
24th, yeah. I'm saying that I'm getting to that stage, that age that my dad was when he passed away. Now I'm coming to the realization that he died very young. Not that I didn't know, but it's now hit me. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying that if you want to know how you feel about yourself, check your emotions every day in here. How do you feel? And so for me, I'm not going to look. I have another thing in the pipes. I haven't, like I quoted this phrase, be unapologetically you. That
Yeah.
is another, yeah, I don't apologize to anybody. And you can call it pride, whatever you want to, because we've been programmed to be okrama hobrasi or false humility. No, no, no.
We were
Marie
just
asked that question the other day, that why is it that women have a problem with talking about their accomplishments? So we said because people call it bragging. It's not bragging. I'm saying now that right now, if I have something good to say, I better say it because it will bless somebody who's willing to hear and willing to learn. Many
yeah.
of us are not. We devolve to the side of negativity. We like the negative things. We don't like programs like this. No.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that I'm not going to minimize myself to make anybody feel good or feel better about themselves. We are
Yeah.
on a journey. I'm in my lane. You be in your lane. When we cross paths, we are supposed to build each other up. That's why I said I appreciate Ajua Odo so much. I will keep saying it till kingdom come. I will keep saying it till kingdom come. It must be heard,
Yes.
because relationship is give and take. Relationship is give and take. For me, sometimes I feel like I don't do as much as I can for her, but she appreciates that I go to her programs, I support, I type, I engage, I do whatever. That's all that you need. Let's stop. These are some of the things we talk, but we don't do it. We are not our authentic selves. Figure it out. You are 40, you are 50, you are 70, you are whatever. You don't know who you are. Sit down and think about it. Figure it out. Sometimes we are too afraid
To
to
look
even
inside.
do it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I was saying to that, because when you know who you are, people hate you for standing up. You know something, when I did my book launch, with the first book launch for Beauty of a Woman's Heart with Margie Marge and Marie,
Yeah.
a classmate of mine from secondary school said, "Yeah, I didn't know you were so engaged, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "That was then, this is now."
It's
And
now.
I laughed about it. But people keep coming back and reminding me that, hey, you were somebody. They will tell me some of the things I said. I said, "Oh, did I really?" They go, "Yes. I'm somebody who just always speaks up." My last video is like, it was from 4 years ago. I put it in the book club and I said, I didn't realize that it was on
Oh
March
yeah. Said-
March
Yeah.
8th. I didn't realize that I'd started on it already.
Own it. Yeah.
Ajua told me, she says, "Mom, you always stand up, because when they are being called names and the bad words in school, hey, I will go and talk to the principal. I'm not having it, because I don't want my child to feel less than. They are not less than." I
Yeah.
come from a family of 5 girls, and my dad is an Ashanti man, okay? Half Ashanti, and then some Nachim. He never, I never felt that I was less than. When he passed away, I have a cousin, Yvonne. She lives in the city here. Her mom came to our house, and I'm sitting by her, and she says, "Oh, this man, education was so important to him." That is when I realized that, oh wow, because he could have not bothered.
Yeah.
He made sure we all went to school. He didn't say you're a woman, so somebody is going to come and marry you. No. So these things, like you have to have courage, you have to have guts and strength, and then people will make you into something that suits them if you don't know your identity. Like you
Yeah.
said, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this identity thing, it could be a whole topic, but
True.
um, I don't know. So yeah, it's like identity. Find yourself. Okay, let me read some comments and then I will I'll start from here. Oh, Ajua says, "Oh, thank you, and I appreciate you also. Thank you." Intelligent pride to empower our egos to do better in life are acceptable in my personal opinion. Yes. Nana Abna, hello. How are you? She says, out of the comfort zone. Yes, let's get out of it. Get out of the box. We are trapped in it. As Ajua says, we don't even realize there's 4 corners. Run here, run there, and come back. Get out.
One corner of that box. Yeah.
And then Ajua says, selective fools with no sense to function productively. Oh, gee. Let's see. One cannot teach fools no matter what efforts and strategic planning are put in place. Some people just don't want to learn.
Right.
The enablement of foolishness, hypocrisy, blaming games, excuses, giving lame reasons, kwasiebu, lies, copy, follow, insults due to dysfunctional mindset, 419, gossiping, and more negativities are abundant for most. That is what goes on. Yeah, it's so sad. But the thing is, at this point in time, we need to just stay in our lanes and keep moving. Those who want to learn will learn. Ajua says people need to accept their existence, accept it, value themselves, be receptive to change, love everything they have accomplished through their hard work, respect themselves, have self-discipline, acquire knowledge, be focused with realistic goals, live an honest life, be compassionate, never look down on others, have confidence, hold yourself, people accountable, don't settle for less, never listen to foolish fools by giving your power away. Be you always, no matter your circumstances. Don't lose yourself because of anybody. No, don't. There are people who've minimized themselves. Men have minimized themselves for other men, minimized themselves for women, because there's some women too, they don't like progress. So they are in relationships with men. The man is trying to pull them. You see, we talk all the time, but we talk like it's only the women who are having problems. We, the women ourselves, so we are problematic. There are some women who are holding men back from making progress. There's a man who's dynamic. He wants to do this. He wants to do. He's trying to pull his wife, and all his wife can be is be negative, be discouraging, and jealous about every woman that the man talks to. Meanwhile, the man is not even. You feel so insecure about yourself that is so limiting. So you don't allow the man to go to engage or with people, interact with people. We can't live like that. We can't. We can't. It's just it's horrendous. Like. I found a comment. I'm trying to bring it up, but I can't seem to bring it up. Kathy Dixon says, glory, hallelujah. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so now I think what we'll do is we'll take a break and let's see. There's so much to talk about. So yeah, I'm not sure if we don't get through it, we will continue next week with some add-ons, right? So
okay.
Let me put this banner down and then we'll go here.
These are some of the things or topics that I talk about on my channel, so please head out there and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, YAA'S Russell. You can search for it, or you can go on my social media pages at YAA Russell Hints, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Share all my previous videos as well to support me.
So I'm watching this video and something suddenly strikes me again. It says, we have to give to Caesar's what is Caesar's. Boating Russell. From the time I wrote my first book, Reflection for a Thirsty Soul, the first live video that I did, she came on with other ladies chatting and all that. And I said, yeah, come on. She goes, oh, not today, next week. She came on next week and she's never left. She's been here, like she's had to take breaks at certain points in time. You heard me at the beginning of the video. I was giving a praise to Ajodo. YAA Russell is the next one that I have to acknowledge. It hit me when we were watching the video that she's always been there. You don't get people like that, especially women. And somebody might even go to her and say, is she paying you for what you're doing? What are you doing that for? Get off that there. You don't know what, how maybe this has also benefited YAA. We learn from each other. We learn from each other. So please join me in thanking her for, always being here. I appreciate you, YAA. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was going to say, okay, I thought you were putting on the next one, but I was going to say that it's also helped me because remember I told you that I didn't want to do videos and stuff like that, and you kept encouraging me. So yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How I got comfortable doing those videos too.
Yes. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, where is it? And there it is. So you are looking at the Queen of Own It. I am an ornithologist. So on March 24th, I will be sharing the book link with you. All you have to do is go to Amazon and get your copy for 99 cents. It's 99 cents only that day. The price will change after that day. So grab your copy. When the manuscript is ready and uploaded with this type of pre-orders, you have a year to upload the manuscript. So as soon as that is ready, then you get the full package in your Kindle. Okay, so get your copy that day. It is a resource for taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. You may well ask, well, what do you know? Who are you to tell us what to do? Hey, I am a firstborn. Responsibility is my first name.
It is.
I learned it. YAA is a firstborn. We know what we're talking about. When you don't want to do it, everybody's run away from the chores. You get to do it. Yep. So for me, I'm not saying I'm perfect. No, I get tired too. I have my weak points. But when there's something to be done, I get up and I do it because nobody is going to come and tell me, oh, you have to do this. I know it and I will do it. If I'm not doing it, it means something else is going on. I've decided not to do it now. I'll do it later. So yes, it's, we have to take charge of our lives and stop putting over responsibility to somebody else. Just because I'm a woman does not mean that a man should look after me all my life. And when I sit here and say that, I don't remember if it was Sika's program or Ajua's program that I wrote a comment that I did not ask my husband for a dime to publish my 3 books. Right. Somebody, and maybe a Ghanaian, will come and say, oh, she has insulted her husband. Nope, that is not what I mean. It is a sign. I was saying that financial independence is very important. You can't expect a man to come and look after you. What do you bring to the table? Like I say, you should also be the table. Like be ready and good when the man comes, because then it works better. You all know where you stand, you come together, and then you move forward. But do we want to acknowledge these things? There's sadly, people are dying and going to the grave without having lived a full life because of some of these issues. So get your copy, get your copy, get your copy.
And get your friends to buy too.
Yes, get your friends to buy it.
Because it would help. You'd be doing them a favor.
Yes. Ajua says, let me read the comments and we'll continue. Ajua says, the mind is a powerful tool, but many choose to turn a blind eye because they're waiting for others to fix their problems through dependency, fear, ill-mannered, greed, enviousness, jealousy, and manipulation. Yes, thank you. Sometimes you don't believe it till you go on a program and then you hear that, oh, somebody brought this issue to ask me how to fix this, or why don't you fix it yourself? Ajua says, hey, this video be love it and keep up the good work. Obapa Russell, thank you. Abigail, hello. Says, wow, God bless you, sister. Yeah, thank you. Abigail, you are going to be one of my point people on the 24th. We'll talk back door, okay? Hello, Derek. Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you, Yabuatma, for supporting. Oh, thank you. Bless you. And Ajua says, responsibilities come with greatness. Yes. Yes. So if you've just joined us, this is what we are talking about today. Actually, there's something that I forgot when we did the commercial. So on the ticker, you'll see that Ajua Odo has programs on Fridays at Brabo Munsem. And today is Saturday. I can't wait for 1:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where she has a session, Marriage Talks with Reverend Samuel Okoso from Ghana. And I believe today they're going to be talking about insults. Do insults help us? Is it making progress? Are we making progress with this kind of behavior in our environment? So yes, for me, I always go on Fridays. I go, but I'm not always able to stay, but I do share. And on Saturdays, I'm in there commenting. Sometimes the comments that I put there, I'm like, Facebook is going to block me. This is how we support each other. And if I'm not going to be there, I just share and then I go my way and do my thing and catch it later. So yes. And then, so that is Ajua's program is on Fridays at it's 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, and I believe it's 6:30 p.m. her time, Eastern Time. Now, for today's program with Osofo Okoso, it's 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for us, and then it's 3 p.m. Eastern Time for her, U.S. time. Also, on Sundays, there's the Dreamers and Visionaries. It's a free coaching class with the beautiful Pastor Patience Edwards, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern. I tell you, I've been in this program for, I can't even remember, maybe over a year. And boy, the things that I have learned, look, I'm here to tell you, learning can happen at any age. You just have to be willing to. So yes, thank you. Promo time is over. The topic for today is own it. Why do we find it so difficult to own our stuff? And so we've talked about identity issues. And then we're going to social. Ajua, are you down? Why do I keep calling you Ajua? Yeah. Yeah. Are we done with this segment? I think we've whipped it to death, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to talk about socialization and upbringing that affects how it affects our being able to own our stuff. I think there are a few comments, so let me get through it so that. Oh, Abigail says thank you. Hello, Miss Sage. Glad to have you. I hope you are well. The Ajua says, yay. And love always. I offer Bakope sister ya for that, but thank you. The love is deep. Okay, so we're at socialization and upbringing. So for me, I'll say when you say socialization, right, it's like habits, your beliefs, and then accumulated knowledge of society. So how were we socialized? Look, I'm not here. I'll tell you the truth. I believe that I was, and Yah will speak for herself too, I'm sure that we have good values. We have, well, right now I start to question myself and I ask myself, what happened after I left? What's gone wrong? Because I'm not seeing that respect and whatever I was taught, right? You respect adults. What I know, I'm a Kuyapim. My mom is a Kuyapim. My dad is the Ashanti. So all I know, this is one basic thing that I was taught. If somebody does something for you, the next day you thank them then, but the next day always call and say thank you. So for me now, it's like when people don't do those things, I go, wow, what's wrong with, but then you have to also say that people were raised differently, so let it go. But because sometimes when we don't show appreciation and the things that we do, it's not a reflection on you, it's on them. So
Right.
we need to learn to separate and put things where it belongs. So we have the good values, but because the same thing I said earlier, we seem to focus on so much on the children respecting adults. There's no adults to children respect factor in our community. So we are
Right.
taught to be, if you don't speak up, you are good. Oh, a woman, bow your head, be submissive, be this. Constantly, there's some echoing going on. Constantly, you hear, be submissive, be submissive. But then you never hear men love your wives. A lot of men come to look on women as chattels, like just objects, something there to please them, and they don't see the woman in her wholeness, in her entirety, as somebody, a human being who also has needs, who has desires, who has wants, whatever, right? And it's something that really bothers me, in the sense that what went, why were we raised like that? Like when you speak up, then you're bad. A woman can't have an opinion.
Mm.
You are too known, you are this, you are that. So it's always about suppressing. A lot of people are living in despair. They can't speak. And they program themselves. They are so afraid of their husbands. They are so afraid of what people think of them, afraid of their friends. This is the fear. Like we were raised with, socialized with too much fear and too much timidity. So, yeah. And then, it's like, what were the values in the society? For me, I learned from my father that it's not anything they said, but I watched them. My mom went to work. My dad went to work. So it's like, you work hard. That's all that I know. Well, if you're doing something, do it well.
Right.
But then others will tell you, oh, why are you doing that? Oh, I don't know how. Look, mediocrity is easy. We can do mediocrity, but I don't want to be mediocre. I challenge myself.
It's easy but not satisfying.
Well, maybe they are. I don't know. Actually, I can't say that they are, but maybe they want to change, but they are too afraid to change.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
but it's, I don't know, it's just, I think it's just backwardness, because even
hmm,
take I'll use the Bible, I'll use Jesus's example,
hmm,
where the women were the witnesses. And back in those days, they said women were not allowed as witnesses, or as, how do you say,
hmm,
authentic witnesses. They could not be witnesses. But
hmm,
that's who God used. That's who Jesus used. And
hmm,
everything he did was actually against um, societal.
hmm.
So if he was to be living today, he would be living. I think people will be bashing him if he was
Yes,
here today. And yet we say that we follow him. So how do we follow him? Because this making women timid in the churches is worse, because if you're outspoken, it means you're not a good Christian woman or good
yes.
Christian wife, because
Or
you
if you
have,
are single, you're a leper.
oh, that's even worse. Yes.
I read something recently about a lady who said, I think she gave her services. I don't know whether she was mentoring young girls or in a church setting or something like that.
Yeah.
And she says that when she would talk, they wouldn't listen. There would people be calling, oh, why are you not married? Why are you not that? Why are you not this?
My goodness.
When she got married, then they were listening to her and treating her better. But she's trying to say that while you are young, while you're unmarried, that's when you should be, there's nothing wrong with you being unmarried. But we
Yeah.
make people feel so awful, feel so bad, you know?
It's terrible. Like the way they will
Sometimes
make.
sometimes they are thinking something, but you don't know what they are thinking. I was talking to somebody yesterday, a family member. They were asking me how old Nana was going to be, and I told them I kind of think that they are trying to find out, say, worry and so worry. Yeah,
Wow.
like, yeah,
Like, why? You don't even know if
no,
she's ready for it or not.
no.
And yeah, there are a lot of things, as you said, is what you see your parents do, apart from
Hmm.
like society. So
Hmm.
we have to be careful with um the children that we're bringing up, because
Yes.
what they see imprints on their brains more than
Hmm.
what you tell them. Because you could be
Yes.
saying one thing and behaving another. Like what
Yes.
you do is what stays with them. My father was a workaholic, but he chilled too. And I think I
Yes.
picked that up because I will
Yes.
study, but I will chill.
Yo,
So yeah,
chilling with your banana. We got to chill,
yeah,
man.
very important. Yeah, very, very important to me. Even in Ghana, like I make sure that I have time for the kids and I to do something
Mm-hmm.
that was
Mm-hmm.
fun, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
I saw. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
that there was a point that I was going to work every day, even on Sundays, in the
Mm-hmm.
financial setting, like, and when you're like in management, there's a whole lot of pressure. Nobody will ask you to go to work, but you have to. So
Mm-hmm.
what I did was sometimes I would take my children to work, and I was the only one who did that. I saw
Mm-hmm.
that because I felt I wasn't spending enough time with them.
Mm-hmm.
And this I got from seeing how my dad did things, because even like in the clubhouse where he would play tennis, would be the only children sitting with
Mm-hmm.
him, his friends,
Yeah.
so I thought, yeah, and I really liked the time that we had there. So I thought that, yeah, my kids would too. So it's
Yeah.
more things that you grow up with, but
Yeah.
that's say that if you didn't experience it, you can't do that for your children. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever that you want them to feel, because it makes you feel a bit confident also going to places,
Mm-hmm.
because of that experience. I don't know, some people don't feel like going into some kinds of places because they are not right, but
But I was going to call you a joy again. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
What you're talking about, I was saying that yesterday to Ajoa, that there are people that when you go somewhere with them, they want you to do all the talking for them.
yeah,
People are not confident, people are not bold. I bought a 90 and I had to go to a store and return it. And this mask business, me, I say I'm not taking my mask off yet.
yeah,
So so then she's asking me my name and I say it and I spell it for her, I have for why this, and then the
yeah,
last name, and I tell her the phone number and I speak clearly. You have to be confident. You have to be confident,
exactly.
because excuse me to say, we know the issues that we face here. So if you are not confident and then you go into a store or wherever social setting, you're going to be bullied.
Yeah,
Look, there are some people, as soon as they see you, automatically they say, oh, accent. Then they pretend they are not hearing what you are
mm,
saying. For me, when you do that, then I look at you and I take my time and I speak slowly and enunciate. And then you look
like
foolish. Yeah, yeah. and then they get it. It happened before. Look, there was a time Ajua in junior high, she was getting an award. And the teacher used to live in our neighborhood every day because um, when I was going to the bus, I would see her driving to the school. The school is that way. As
mhm.
soon as she got to Ajua's name, she couldn't pronounce it and she glossed over it. I said, looky here, I'm not having that. I went to talk to them. I said she missed the name. She missed their name and they had to call her. So if you, the parent, you are not confident, you sit there and say, oh, and yes, what do you see? And him say you got the award, so don't worry. No.
They can
And
treat your
I said,
children now
you
when
you
you
are a teacher. It's
mhm.
disgraceful that you cannot pronounce a student's name. Even at all, maybe go through the list before the
Yeah,
program so you know how to pronounce things. But I wasn't having it. No. So socialization, like we were brought up to be timid. So when you speak up, you are labeled a bad person.
yeah,
Look, life is very short. Let me tell you this one thing. You don't know when you are going to die.
yeah,
Let's be blank here. Blunt. You don't know. So why are you going to let opinions of men hold you down? Don't let anybody sit on you and muzzle you.
yeah,
Muzzle, or Muzzle. It's like journalists, uh, um, freedom of speech, or say, and then you are muzzled. They put you can't talk. They gag you.
yeah,
Don't allow any. A lot of people are gagged. They are not living in liberty, and they think that that is the life that all of us should be living, especially the women. We put it on other women. Oh, why is she over there talking like that? No, we can't. Nope, nope, nope.
yeah, yeah,
Ajua has said earlier, she said when she was in college, there was somebody who was 91 years old. Thank you. And then socialization and upbringing of our communities is something. Most of the things on social media are complete turn off. So very selective. Yes, if you do good programs, I'll go back. Even if I miss it, I'll go back and I'll listen to it. Hello, Pastor P, the beautiful. I I'd missed 2 of Pastor P's programs. Last night I listened to them before I went to sleep, and I enjoyed it, and I loved the topic she was talking about, that being a catalyst or a corrosive woman. And then the kinds of associations that you keep. So no, you can't. You have to be true to yourself. You only live once. The way we were social, look, even if we were brought up a certain way, for me, I say that my parents taught us what they knew best to do. Now you are older, you do your own thing. Do you get what I'm saying? So you can't make the excuse of, oh, this is how I was raised, so I can't do this or I can't do that. You can't do that. No. Okay, yeah, you can continue. I'm just looking for
the
clicker here.
It is no excuse. I was reading somewhere today that in the past they said knowledge was doubled every decade or so, and now it's every 11 hours. So you have no excuse. Like, it's everywhere. If you want knowledge, you will find it. And there's free knowledge, like free how to do's all over. And that's you only live once thing. When I was 40 and I did the reassessment of my life and myself, that's the theme that I went for. I'm going to live only once. So why not do things that will make me feel fulfilled and good, and anything at all? Like, I'm not going to let anybody stand in my way or prevent me from living like I want to live. You know? And another thing that stayed with me, when we got visitors and they were leaving, my dad will let you stand at the door with him, wait till they drive away, and you wave before you go in. And that stayed with me. Like, I can't not do that. Like, I always have. I realized that when I was living with Isaac at Clearview, and somebody will come and they were leaving, and he'll be leaving, and I'll be standing there, and I said, "Where are you going?" So I realized that, because I used to take it for granted that it was just normal that you do that. So there are a lot of things that stays with you, and I always I am passionate about the next generation, because we have to make it better before we leave. So you have to pay attention to your children and what they are seeing you do, not necessarily what you tell them, because those things feel you're lecturing. So we don't really pay attention to those, like, it's more what we see you do.
It's funny, I'm laughing because I remembered something that Ajua does, my daughter. Like, we're in the same house, but say you are over here and she's doing something. Anytime that she sees you, she'll look at you, hi. She always says hi. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, because maybe she hasn't seen you a long time. And then what you were saying about watching visitors go off. Like, for that, it's like when a visitor comes to the house, you all have to come out and greet. It's a sign. If you are there, you have to come and greet, come and say hi. It's none of this hiding and this and that, right? Let me take some comments. Those who are always asking to leave everything to God. You know, faith, good for you. Or see, those who are always asking to leave everything to God limits the opportunities, because God gave us brains to function productively. Thank you. And Pastor Peace, thank you. Yeah, your insight is amazing. Live life to the fullest every day. That's all. So yes. And then, like this thing, hard work or laziness, hard work principles, or I call it, my favorite, learned helplessness. Somebody will come and take care of your problem. So you want somebody to come and do for you what you should be doing for yourself. I can't think for you. So why would you allow somebody to come and manipulate you? And look, I'm very polite.
do. Yeah.
I'm very polite about if somebody, even if you ask me an opinion, I'll give you the opinion, but I'm very careful not to be intrusive. I'm not saying say because I have said this, go and do it. And I'm very selective what I say because she says, wow, I like Ajua's hi. It shows that she recognizes your presence. Yeah, every time, be oh hi. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, she can be stubborn and whatever as heck. Like everybody has their own personality. But I noticed that oh hi. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like that. It's a good way. Hi. It's a good way. So learned helplessness, you know. So we expect our family, religion, peer groups, you know, all these things to come and tell us what to do.
Yeah.
The faith thing, if we go there, yeah, we'll sit on this program till evening because we are not being practical with our faith. God didn't say be helpless. Have you seen manna falling from heaven these days?
No.
Yeah, so you have to own your stuff. Look, your faith is a thing, it's a relationship, personal relationship, you and your God. It's not a sorry, we go, you know what? Let me be blunt. You know how you said if Jesus was here today, people would still be attacking him?
Yeah.
They did in those days because the Pharisees, and right now our kind of faith is Pharisee stuff.
Yep.
They are sinning, they are doing their own worst behaviors, but when yours comes, they are the first to come and point fingers and talk about it. Why?
True.
Why? Like,
because the Christianity is not a relationship with God as it should be. It's more like a religion, and we don't even know, like we don't even read the manual to the religion, which is the Bible. If we read it, there are a lot of things that we would not do because
yeah.
you find a lot of things in there. There's no topic that is not in the Bible actually. I seem to find almost everything so far that in
Far
there.
removed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the way we approach Christianity, if it doesn't change, I don't think our attitudes can
Yeah.
change. Yeah.
So my last point that I have on this is that the values of your family get transferred to you through socialization. Like I said, I saw my mom working, I saw my dad working. And
Yes.
for me, sometimes people used to look at me. Yeah, I'm over 60. But I used to say that my mom, she's in her 80s and she's still going, always busy, always this and always that. She is going. I have no excuse to stop. I'm not saying that I'm competing with her, but that is what I saw growing up. So you work hard.
Right.
And I'm sitting here to say, thankfully, I never had to push any of my kids to be studying. They just go and just do it. I would laugh because when we were in church, there was this one of the guys there. They asked Nana a question about math or something, whether I teach them. I said, what they are learning and what are you learning? There's a whole difference. What do I know? I'll give advice, I'll do this, right? Like even I remember there was a social project that Ajua had to do. And I actually did a tape about my life and how I came. Like I'm not an immigrant, but I'm an immigrant. I was born in Canada, but of course I came from somewhere to come and live here. So I did a thing and the teacher really liked it, like telling your story kind of things.
Right.
So you have to be involved. It's not just I've said before that I'll go to parent-teacher interviews and I wouldn't see my people there. And I'm like, we are busy working. We forget our children, you know. So for me, these values, I thank God because my parents pushed us to study. And what you know is what you tell your kids. Study. I've told you that Nana got called an Oreo cookie because they don't see that a black girl should be smart until you are black on the outside and white on the inside. I said, let them name call, let them do whatever. The future is what is important. You see them one day and like you are not competing with anybody. This is where you come from. I'm not here to babysit anybody forever. You also get your education, learn to stand on your own 2 feet as a woman. And that is done. So whatever decisions and choices that you make, the rest is up to you. Me, I'm finished. I'm done. Like right now, they'll say, oh, I was I was saying to Nana the other day, this whole own it thing. There was 15 modules that I had to go through, and I said, "Oh, I'm finished the modules," and she goes, "Oh, good, finally, now you can spend some time with us." I said, "Nana, I always watch I always watch your shows and whatever with you, but I said I still need to go back and review those 3 modules that relate to the book launch and all that." And sometimes, if you're not careful, right, they give you the guilt thing. I mean, they are adults, but just because some of us will say, "Oh, Nasu, when you me, what should I do?" No, it's your child. Your relationship is for life.
It
So you
is.
need to meet them at whatever, but I don't allow them to guilt me because I'm like, I've done what I can. This is where I separate, like, it's not the mother thing, it's the me thing, me wanting to do my thing and
Yeah.
fulfill myself and like be happy. So if you are trying to make me feel guilty that, oh, I shouldn't, I said no, I have to do this, so.
Yeah.
And some of us, we don't know how to separate, and they'll say, "Oh, she's a bad mother, she doesn't want to spend time." No. Let's be clear about what we are saying here. This is our thing. We are so quick to jump to judge people.
Yeah.
Oh, this the near judge it. We don't know, we don't understand. Yes. Good morning, Belinda. Thank you
Morning.
for joining us. So, yeah, the value. So what we were saying, we've been saying it throughout this program. What they are seeing is what they will be.
Yes.
Yes. So if you are a woman and you are speaking rudely to your husband or doing whatever, that is what your children are seeing. If you're a man and you are beating up on your wife, your sons are also picking that up. They won't treat women well. Yes. So I think we've whipped the socialization to death effectively. So we'll go to the next one. Mindset and outlook. How does it affect our being able to own ourselves?
Yeah. I think it also comes from what we see, what we're seeing mostly, as we said before, imprints on our minds. And I grew up with the notion that men can cook too,
Mm-hmm.
because I grew up with my dad cooking for us.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like normal for me in my mind. I,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really um, go on the societal path of a man is not supposed to cook. And so also in my dating life, I wasn't going to come do your laundry and clothes.
Yeah, give you services.
Because even me, my laundry, I find it hard to do. So why should I always said that I always wanted a man to love me for me, not
Mm-hmm.
because of what I did or
Mm-hmm.
for him or um whatever. And I had my first child at 20. I wasn't married.
Mm-hmm.
And so another point was that you have to accept me and my
Mm-hmm.
child in order for me to date you. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to hide my child. And at
Yes.
that time, it was normal for when you were pregnant, you stayed away and then you have the baby and then you give him away kind of to your family. No, I didn't do that. And that was in 95. I had the bag, I put my baby in and I go to
Mm-hmm.
town. I haven't killed anybody. I just had a baby. That's what I had. Yeah, that was my mindset because of all these talks that my dad had with me.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to be yourself, is what he
Yes.
always. And
Yes.
when our report cards came, he would sit us down at the dining table and ask if you flopped. He would ask you why, what happened. He would not just beat you like my mom used to do. She just look at the position and she'll beat you. But my dad will sit you down and then we'll have a talk, and then he might paint a very gloomy picture for you
Mm-hmm.
if you on a very bad picture. This is how your life is going to be if we continue to do this,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And those things really stay with you and you want to do better, other
Mm-hmm.
than just beating me and not saying anything. Like, so what? After all, Maria Albert me, then what? Yeah. So things like that. Communication really, really helped to mold my mindset, and communication on my father's side mostly, and seeing how he lived his life and wanting to be like him. Actually, I think that's what it was. And it was only when I grew up that I realized that I was actually living like him. I
Mhm.
didn't really notice it till now, and it made me always stand out in my friends and the way I think.
Mhm.
You know, and they'll say, "Oh, yeah, before, why would you think about this thing?" Or,
Look at
things
that.
like that.
Look at that.
Things like that. And that that also made me go more to the male side for
Mhm.
friendship than the female side, because although
Oh
there was
my gosh, yeah, I'll interrupt you here. Our stories are so similar. Oh my gosh, Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
although because of society they might not think you should be thinking that way as a woman, they would
Yes.
not fault you for it. You
Mm-hmm.
can say whatever you want with them without them being sensitive and hurt. Because I
No
wanted to give
History Channel
example.
moments.
Yes.
They won't bring back something that you said long, long ago. Well, some
Yeah,
men do, but
say it, and then
women,
maybe I say
women
it
are.
and it's more fun. I don't want to be walking on eggshells
Mhm.
around my friends.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think
Mhm.
that mindset, and if you don't, um we neglect to mold the mindsets of our children, and society
Mhm.
will do it for you. And now
Yes.
that internet is abundant, I mean, the whole other
Mhm.
world will do it for you. And if you are not
Yes.
lucky and they pick the wrong side, that's
Mhm.
the kind of mindset they'll be growing up with. And it's really tough to rewind and come back, because you
Mhm.
have to do the work in order to reset your mindset. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of brain matter that's going to waste because we refuse to use it. And a
Yeah.
lot of us, we have the fixed mindset, like the way we see it. This is how I grew up, this is how it was done, and I won't move my position, and I'm standing there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
life is passing you by. Life is just passing by, and you are sitting there. Like me, the way I get excited, oh, something, oh, okay, I'm going to go and learn that. Oh, I'm going to read that.
Yeah.
Like you said, the internet, everything is Googleable.
Yep.
And I've always said, I heard Ajua saying it the other day, and I laughed so hard because I said, Google is my best friend. The information is
Yeah.
always there.
Always
Like,
there.
it's there. Like, just look for it. So this fixed mindset, like we don't change. The saddest part, we've moved from Ghana with all our baggage, Jachu, and then we brought it here, boom, and then we've put it down, and we are still in it. We won't take it off,
Mm,
the same thing.
yeah.
And then when they see other people doing things, being progressive, being productive, they wonder what all the fuss is about.
Mm,
Life is not all I've gone to work, I've gone and done hard work. I've come home, I've eaten my fufu, I get on the phone, I gossip or talk about something going on in Ghana or whatever, watch TV, go to bed, wake up in the morning, repeat the same cycle, working hard, sending money, and you are sitting in junk here. Vacation cry, you won't even take a vacation. No, you know, like having the right mindset is looking at life objectively.
right.
Oops. Looking at life. Yeah, please take over. My phone is
Well,
ringing. So,
knowing that as human beings, we are not stagnant beings, we are always evolving. So even with a mindset that, even if it's a good mindset, like me, like what I got before, I have
mhm,
added on, because when you go to another culture, please don't call me.
mhm.
You go to
Oh
another
my
culture.
God.
Mr. Sean, are you disturbing
Oh
us?
my God, I was sending him away and you called him.
I just got shunned. I've just been shunned.
Okay, we'll commiserate with you later.
Like, Mama, come.
My husband is shunned in his own house.
Cry me a bucket. You're talking to the wrong person,
Yes.
Sean. I won't buy it. Oh
Oh
gosh.
my God. Yeah. We're always evolving. So there are some things that I've also picked up from here. Like
Mm.
when when you see things that you feel would help you, there's nothing
Mhm.
stopping you from molding or changing whatever values and adding on, taking out, in order to grow. Because
Mhm.
and we're not here saying that everything back home is bad. There are really good
No.
values there.
No.
Yeah, we're
No.
not saying that. And
Mhm.
there are values like respect done properly, not the kramaya ahumrasia type,
No.
but the actual respect that
Mhm.
I really value. And there are some words that no matter how angry I am, I can never say to an adult, like an elderly person. I'd
Yes.
rather just walk away
Yeah.
and leave you standing there. So yeah, so we should be open to learning. I think that's the most important part.
Mhm.
That when you're open to learning, then you see all these things. But if you feel you know everything, then you're closed off to all these things. You might not even notice it if it's staring you in the face.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the other thing too that I want to comment on is that we are not interested in personal growth. Like as a human being, you have to be growing. You can't just sit there. You can't just stagnate. And
Yeah.
learning, we're not saying go and sit in college or uni for 10, 20 years.
Mm,
Life is a journey, it's a learning journey. So day by day, there are things that you are picking up, things that you can incorporate into your your growth as a human being. Like, do
yeah.
you take something like self care? Most of us don't take it seriously. Do you
Mm,
just even sit down for 5 minutes, unwind, and like, do you take care of yourself? We are so busy trying to do for others that we don't even take care of our own selves. These are things that you have to um, think about. And then you ask yourself, why are you stuck in a rut? Look, if you are sitting there going through life and you are not happy, something inside you, in your mind and in your heart, you are feeling this state of discontentment. The signs are there, but we ignore them, right? We
yeah.
ignore them. And you have to be such that you have to adapt and shift the mindset so that you
Yeah.
can improve your life, become more resilient to the challenges. Some of us, it's like when something happens, oh, the world is so everything is over, doomsday, the sky has fallen, chicken lick, and the sky has fallen, and that's it. they
Woe.
don't go back, and check even and see if the sky has really fallen. It's like um it's not all that bad. Your mindset can't be all gloom, gloom, gloom. Negative is all that you see. No, you have to have positive. Like, find one day. Look, even today, yesterday, I was here. The house was quiet. I was doing my work and walking around this, and I'm like, oh, I need something. I put on Alexa and started playing some music, and I'm working, but it's like you and I go, oh, I don't do this often. Occasionally, I said, do it more because music is a good thing,
Yeah.
and it's just sometimes you just need that, right? It's
Right.
not like something is no, but find little things, like little, carve out for yourself little pockets of enjoyment, things to make you feel good, make you feel happy. Yesterday, your hard work. All we know, look, this pastor posted something about women. Oh, yeah, womanhood. I'm telling you that some people are equating womanhood with suffering. Don't buy into that. Oh, the way I went and liked the comment and put many hearts there, I said, who are this? Who's this man? God bless you. Because with us, we think, women seem to think that, oh, we are supposed to be enduring, even in our relationship. You were born to also enjoy life. Just because my
Yes.
grandmother pounded fufu from morning to evening doesn't mean I should come and sit pounding fufu. No, I don't even remember the last time I ate fufu because, it gets to a time you have to say all this cholesterol, this whatever. Once a while I'll eat it, but I'm
Right.
not hurting myself. Am I less a woman? Why do we think women have to be treated like slaves? Like that mindset? No. Look, if you don't like me, just keep walking, just pass by, go. I'm not here for you. No. And then somebody will say, oh boy, her husband has to put up with that. Yes, he has. He's lucky to have me.
He knows what he has.
Whatever. Like, you know, um, I don't know. We have to change. We are so afraid of life, right? Make yourself progressive, a growth mindset. You are willing to learn. Oh, what can I learn from this? Oh, what can I learn from that? Sometimes I see notifications and I go, oh, this person, that's an interesting topic. Maybe you go and listen, pick a few things, you move along.
Yeah.
But it's not a fight to sit there and listen to somebody fighting and insulting people for 2 hours. No, 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 no. No, sometimes I'm curious what's going on. I go, oh no. Some of these people, Kras Ajua said, I've taken the I don't even know they are there. I've unfollowed them. I don't want to. No. Message, I love this. I was smiling earlier. She said, meaning of motivated is to move. To be motivated, one cannot stay still. One's got to move both mind and body to attain success. One cannot be in a state of helplessness and be motivated. One has to have the will to persevere. Thank you. That is it right there. You got to be on the move. Keep moving. What are you sitting still for? Like what? You know? Like what? I'm sitting here yesterday. I'm like, oh, I have so many things to do because of I had to make a list, the to-do list again. I just put master list to do. I'm going to narrow it down and take the success, take a little, because it's like somebody, oh, what is all this? Oh, so what is she doing there? Hey, that is what gives me joy. Like, this is my mission. This is my passion that I'm doing. What is yours? Maybe if I know what yours is, I'll come and support you, but don't be putting me down because of your mindset. Negative. We are programmed wrongly. So much negativity. There's people who are doing good. Don't get me wrong, but the mass of us are still not there. And especially like you said, the younger people. Look, I read something yesterday about a young lady. I think she's in university, Winneba something, but she's a painter. And she got her passion from her dad, who is into construction. So she volunteered to paint two or three people's houses for free. And she got a lot of traffic. Like, people got to know about her because of that. And she's and I'm thinking, wow, she is in Ghana, same as you. And some of you, you think that you have to be doing other things, selling yourself short, selling yourself to men. And she's making progress over there.
Yeah.
So, no. And Ajua says, sadly, a lot of people do not understand that concept of bypass Sage Williams. Thank you for my packages. Ajua, you are receiving packages. Don't talk about packages here. We the Canadians, we are tired of waiting. Yeah, are you finished on the mindset?
Yeah, because I was going to talk about that in the conclusion, like the volunteer part, because we always say that you need to follow your passion, and sometimes the excuse is money. You can't really quit your job. Sometimes circumstances would not allow you to actually follow your passion. So I was going to say that you can volunteer in order to feel fulfilled and open up some opportunities for us. So there's really no excuse for not following your passion when you find it. So you have to find it first, and that is the only time that you have to sit still, reflecting on yourself and trying to find out who you are and what your passion, values, and what grounds you. Yeah.
Good. So going forth, thinking about this mindset, you have to have like a goal setting mindset. You need courage, and then you have to be focused. And don't close yourself off to learning, a learning mindset. Oh, what can I learn here? Like I tell you, I do things like when I see courses are cheap on Udemy, I go and buy them. They are all there. I can go access it anytime that I want. Reading, even audio. If you don't like reading, get audio and listen. You take it little bits at a time and you listen. Like, I can't tell you, my methods may be different, but whatever works for you, do it. But don't sit still. Don't sit still. Like Miss Sage's comment said, to move, motivated is to move. So you're not going to get anywhere by still sitting still. You get in a rut, and then that's the end of you. So it's almost 11, so I'll take one more break, and then we'll come back and do the last one and be done.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Brand. So today is March 12th. March 24th is 12 days away. So on that day, I will share a link to the book on Amazon. It's pre-order only. So you are pre-ordering. You'll receive the actual manuscript at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
When the manuscript is ready, you'll see it in your Kindle. What it is that you go and you purchase the book for 99 cents only on March 24th. Now, this Own It is a resource. It is a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. So today we are here talking about why it's so difficult for us to own our stuff. Look, there's a lot that is going on in our lives. And if we don't take stock, we can't live productive lives. So this resource here helped me put it out in front of people. In this discussion, you've heard us talking about the pros and cons of the ways that we were raised. So clearly, we still have issues. Some of us do not even know how to sit down quietly and assess ourselves. The stuff that is in the book is not rocket science. It is things that you know of already, but with the questions that are attached, you reflect on it and then you are able to answer your own questions, see where you can make some changes, and then move on in life. So that day, you get the link, you get your copy, share it to 5, minimum 5, maximum 10 or more people. Help me to put this resource in front of people by driving it up the charts on the Amazon bestseller list. So I'll be counting on you. March 24th, I'm going to become a monster, harassing everybody. You'll be harassed. You'll be harassed. So yes, let's engage. Let's take part in this. Life is what do you call it? It's a journey. It's a lifelong process. We grow and change every day. The sad thing is to watch people stuck in a rut, refusing to make changes. You are happy and you are more fulfilled when you change. Look, I've been stuck working at home for 2 years. Yes, I say stuck, right? Loosely. But how do you think I've coped with it? Right. I could be sitting here moaning and groaning, crying, weeping a bucket like Sean was trying to weep over there. So, but you have to be resilient.
Yeah.
You have to be resilient and know how to manage yourself. It's getting better out there. I can't wait for spring to come so I can start walking again. So you find different ways to make yourself joyful, happy in life. This book will be a blessing to you. Okay? March 24th, 99 cents only on March 24th. Just spread the news. Thank you. Okay. Oh, she's saying thank you. Okay, so we'll go to the next, the last, and the last one is fear and excuses that stop us from owning our stuff.
Yeah.
What excuse do you have here for not owning your stuff?
Oh, I think for me it was fear before I overcame it.
Mhm.
Fear is what, and mostly these fears, if you really sit down to analyze it, non-existent actually. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing here, but we just have it in our mind that what if? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what if? But if you don't do it, you would never know. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, like speaking in public was one of it. One of my biggest and greatest fears. And yeah, helped me a lot because she kept pushing me. Have you done it? Have you done it? Because I told her I made the mistake, not a mistake though, of telling her that I had to do a video to push my products, and every
Mm-hmm.
week without fail should check on me and say, "Have you done it?" And that really was like good accountability for me.
Yes.
Left to me alone, I might not have done anything at all
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so the fear and really, when I did it, if I know I made some mistakes, but what? I'm not in jail. I learned from them, and
Yes.
I know I'm getting better at it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really, there's nothing to fear. You attempt it and
Mm-hmm.
you learn from it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they said failure is simply knowing what not to do. I think who
Mm-hmm.
said it? I've forgotten who did. It's
Mm-hmm.
just knowing what not to do, what and learning how to do whatever better.
Mm-hmm.
So really, there's nothing to fear. And then another big thing is others' perception, but that one I overcame long ago. But I
Yeah.
think it's a very common one.
Yes.
Yeah, especially if you're one who is afraid of being alone. I love
Yes.
alone, so I don't care if everybody goes away because I'm doing something that you think that you can't cope with, or you can be seen with me. You can
Mm-hmm.
walk on. I really don't
Yes.
care. Yeah, and really, if somebody can't be with you because you're being yourself, there's no point in you keeping them in your life.
No, they
Because
are not genuine.
yeah, yeah, because
There's
when
a
you're,
lot of fake people around, really. Let's be honest. There's people who are
it's true.
fake. They are so fake.
So count yourself blessed if people just get out of your life. I
Mm-hmm.
always tell my there's one close friend and cousin. I tell her if she's moved on, let her go. Maybe she's not supposed to be in it. Don't
Yes.
force yourself to bring them back. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. Ah, anyway, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for others perception. I remember in high school, in Ghana, if you are eating and someone comes to eat, you can't tell them not to. But in high school, I used to, please don't touch my food, please. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no. Or if you ask me, no, it won't be enough for me. Not that I'm selfish, but it's true. It's a me. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Adjuan,
I
yeah, not where we are coming from. You are selfish. Oh, why then you have to
yeah,
share?
but I don't care.
Unya bibi so ma unuya you have to share, but it's not enough.
And I'm one who it's hard for me to ask you unless I'm
Mm-hmm.
very close to you. Like I can't. It's hard for me to ask for things.
Mm-hmm.
Like for help doing stuff, yeah, I can. But to ask for
Mm-hmm.
things like money or food, so
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to keep mine.
Mm-hmm.
That was my like my mentality in high school. I want to
Mm-hmm.
be able to keep mine. So if you come and eat with me when you're eating, I can't come and eat with you.
I
And
may
I
not see you when you are eating, so to even come and join you.
I can't even do like and I didn't like people putting their hands in my food because at home everybody eats separately.
Yes.
So unless I become close to you, even now, if I'm not close to you,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for me to eat from the same plate with you. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. That's how I was brought up. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So others' perception and also society as they've put an age um with marriage and there are whole sort of rules that sometimes you are not
Yes.
even aware of.
Yes.
Like, and these things are things that if you don't do, they make you feel like you failed, or less of a person. So it's one of the fears that
Mm.
we have, and that's what also keeps people in like
Down.
abusive marriages too, because
Yeah.
being a divorcee is a failure. Even though you might have been a corpse, if you are not a divorcee, I'd rather be a divorcee than a corpse. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'm also somebody's daughter. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess for me, those are the ones, but fear was one of the greatest one. And when I overcame that, and I think that it was one of my greatest, it's made it easy for me to
Mhm.
venture into other things, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that there's a lot of fear in our community. Like I know when I've talked to family members or even friends, they said sometimes when you're going to do something, you don't even tell people because they'll just discourage you.
Yeah.
Look, there's things that we know as a people. One of the common things amongst our people is inkrata stuff and this and that. So even if you know that I want to go do this and you don't take time and you go and advise somebody or inform somebody, oh, don't do that, oh, this, that. But yet when you go and you go try it out, it works for you. You
Yes.
know, so we are, and it's not just that, other issues, we are
Yeah.
so fearful. Like right now, I said information is available at our fingertips.
Mhm.
Sometimes these days you don't even have to go in person to do anything. They'll tell you fill the form online,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So we are so afraid we don't ask questions. Like sit down. One time, because of my work, like sometimes you have to do research for provincial side social programs and all that. And then I'm seeing a lot of things. I'm like, oh, okay, good. I know this is here when you need to. Even if I wasn't doing the cry, I know that if you go and Google for information, you'll find it. Why don't we educate ourselves? There's still people who can't get on a computer and do anything. They think
Mhm.
somebody else has to do it for them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so we are so fearful. Like me, the fear is when I have a goal in front of me, and and I feel so terrified of doing it. Like this whole process of joining this bestseller overnight thing, I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I kept putting off the launch date because it didn't match our work schedule or this or that. And then what do I do? Oh, I have to do a book club. Oh, what do you do? Even now, the 24th, yeah, I'm sitting here, I said, and then I went, hey, 100 books and over, how am I going to do that? Right? But I'm saying that, okay, and I said, Dr. Jones, I need to ask you. I'm not asking because I'm saying I'm going to fail, but I'm somebody that I always need to know the other side of the coin or the equation. I'm like, so what happens if on that day you don't hit bestseller status? What happens? And he explained, he said, then we'll work with you again to get it done. I said, okay, I'm going to try. Like the thing is, if you have people who are genuinely supportive of you, they will help you on that day.
Yeah.
That is all. That is what it amounts to. They will help you. I know that I've had book launches and people that you expected to come and support you, they didn't because of how we are. Some of these things that we are talking about, right? But what do you get by being so stingy, being so envious of somebody's progress? You don't realize that when you help people, which platform was I on that somebody wrote that they went to volunteer, and just the volunteering in itself gives them fulfillment. There's a certain joy that you get from helping people. But because we
Yeah.
are so stingy, the scarcity, the poverty mindset, we don't know these things. It's only the envy and all that we see. What are these two ladies sitting here making noise about? Mommy and yeah,
True.
but it's helping somebody.
Yeah.
So, so I'm saying like all these, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, wow, even the other day I was looking at it and I thought, oh, this thing here could have been done in a month, like when I registered in December, whenever it was, because really it's not the book that is, you just put information
Pre-order.
on the
Mhm.
book cover, you are pre-ordering. It could have
Yeah.
been done, but I'm saying to myself, it's been a learning journey. If I'd allowed my fear to overtake me, I'd have stopped in my tracks. Or somebody would say, you want to pay money for this? You see, we'll do all kinds of foolish things. We'll go and buy cloth, go and do this, go and do that. But investing in ourselves,
Yeah.
as in
Seems
paying for
waste.
something, no. Oh, it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Look, if you put yourself as a priority and get rid of your fears, I'm talking of this. Like right now, I'm almost there. I have to keep working hard at it. I've made it my passion is writing books. So I thought to myself, I have to invest in this because if if I do this, then I can replicate instead of maybe just going to pay publishers and this and that. So it's been a learning journey. There's
Yeah.
other things that I want to do. And somebody is going to say, like you said, yeah, the age thing. Oh, what is she doing? She's over 60. Don't come to my backyard and say that. I don't take no for an answer. I will not take no. I don't. People have tried to stop me. People have tried to stop me. Was it Pastor P's post that I put? I said, people have, she put something and I respond. I said, people have always tried to put you, put you in a box or close you off or no, 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 no. I always come out because I don't give up. I'm not, if you come and try that on me, I'm sorry, you came to the wrong place. We ain't doing it. Look, if I'll fail on my own. And then I pick myself up and I keep going. But I'm not going to attribute my failing to somebody making me fail. You don't have any right to do that to me or to anybody else because you don't own anybody's life. You didn't make them. You didn't make them. I know you don't know me. Maybe this is what I was called to do, and I'm doing it, and it's bringing me joy. So I'm come to sit here and say, "Oh, yeah, is not happy when I tell her I can't spend time with her. I'm going to write my book, so maybe I should really like. Is Yah feeding you? Is Yah breathing for you? Is Yah paying your rent or your mortgage?
Nope.
We need to get it right, like the fear and the excuses. For me, there's a lot of things that when I have to do, I have this fear in me, but then I take it one by one, and I start working through it. And that's all that you need to do. Don't be afraid to try. The best thing you can do for yourself is to take that little step. A lot of people don't even take the step, and they are sitting there listening to people. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh, that person did it and they failed. You can't do it. Don't listen. No. And the excuses, oh, lack of money. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm a woman. It is above me. I can't aspire. Oh, that is too high. You can't think that. Oh, we don't do that. It's not for us. Those things are not for people like us. I've said it before. My son said, some guy said, oh, books, leave it to Abofono. And I said, tell that person, say, I won't repeat myself. No, you can do anything you want if you set your mind to it. Don't let fear and excuses limit you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can wrap up.
The first thing is to recognize that fear, and then you can work through it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we have said a lot today on owning it, and we've talked about, first of all, um, your identity, knowing your identity, and we're evolving. As I said, we're not stagnant beings. We evolve every day. Even when you know your identity, which happened to me at the age of 40, I had to reassess, go back and look at what things were and if I was happy or if, because things change. Things that might ground you when you're 20 might not be the same things that would
Mhm.
when you're 40 or 50 or 60. So we need to keep reassessing ourselves. And um, if you know who you are, it's easy to own it, actually,
Mhm.
because it becomes easier for you to ignore the naysayers and all the other things, noises that people make around you. Now,
Mhm.
like for me, I know that people do take advantage of me because, like, when I'm talking to anybody at all, any situation I see, I want to fill in, like, I want to help, like give a solution to it. That is just how I'm made. I don't do it because I feel I should do it. It just
Mhm.
comes naturally. So, in that sense, when people betray you, it's not as hard as when you're doing it for them to feel that you're a good person, or
Mhm.
and it hasn't stopped me from helping other people when I want to, or when I
Mhm.
feel like I should. I do it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I do it because I want to, not because I want them to be happy with me, or I want society to think that I am a good person. So,
Mhm.
yeah, um, that's what I've come to realize. So, I'm not going to stop doing good because I know who I am, and I know
Mhm.
that it makes me happy to help people. So, when you know who you are, you know what God has put in you, it becomes easier for you to live your life and own it, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And we shouldn't forget our children. I always say this: help them, but you can only help them when you have already helped yourself.
Mhm.
You know who you are
Yeah,
first.
please give me 2 minutes, okay? Keep
Okay.
going. Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you know who you are first, and you're able to pass on whatever it is to your children, because what they see is what sticks with them. What I saw is what stuck with me and helped me in my owning its process in life. Because there will always be naysayers. Even yourself, you can be your own naysayer. You can actually talk yourself out of a lot of things that you're supposed to do, a lot of things that would bring you fulfillment. But um, you should know this. In all this, you need to know how you are, who you are. Then you can actually deal with all these challenges um, that will come. I won't even say may come, they will come your way, because change is tough for a lot of us. And it's easy for people to say no, because they don't really know what you are feeling or what you have seen, or whatever vision that you have. You're the one who has that vision. So the naysayers might not necessarily do it out of spite or um, selfishness or anything, but they might not be seeing what you're seeing. So you need to actually know yourself and be grounded in whatever that grounds you, in order to overcome these challenges. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So, yes, we've said a lot today about owning your stuff. As Ya said, it's easier when you know who you are. Identity issues. If you're living your life to please others, you become a people pleaser. You're full of fear, and you are so afraid that you'll be rejected by people. So you don't do things for yourself. We worry so much as a people about what others think about us. Look, when I was born, you were not there. When you were born, I was not there. So we need to get it right. Do not live life in fear. There's something that you can do for you and you alone. Your joy in life, your fulfillment, your peace, everything comes from you walking in the destiny that God outlined for you. And you can't allow any man to limit you. Sometimes we place barriers on ourselves. I've told my story of how I used to be just content putting things on Facebook. Oh, wow, writing a book is beyond me, is this and that. I had to overcome that fear. You have to break your own barriers. Sometimes these, what do you call limitations, are self-inflicted. It's in our mind. When you start to work on your mind, you'll be able to see and know, like there's a realm of possibilities that you can start to, work towards. But if you are limited and you're always finding reasons not to do things, then you'll always stay there, because misery loves company, and you'll find a lot of people to keep your company in that place, and you'll always be there living your mediocre life, and you'll be the people who are always putting people down. Oh, what are those people doing over there? Who do they think they are? This and this and that. But meanwhile, they are living their lives. They are living their lives, and you are sitting there being miserable. It is just so sad. It is just so sad. And um, you need to want to be better. Look, there's people who've gone through adversities in life. Enough of the, oh, I was born poor, nobody goes to school in my family, this and this and that. You can be different. Be the change maker. You
Mhm.
can be different. Be the change maker. Don't think that people have to do things for you. No. And you can change your mindset. If you've been listening to negative things, feeding on negativity, switch it. Start doing productive things, listening to productive people, even asking maybe somebody that you admire, ask them a question. Or even sometimes somebody can be your mentor from afar. Oh, I like this person. Let me start listening to them.
Yeah.
When you start listening, you get one thing. Next week, another thing. Pretty soon, you see that you're on your way. And the fear and the excuses, don't make excuses. I can sit here now and say, oh, I finished my modules. I don't need to do anything till the 24th. No, that is wrong. I have to keep working. And somebody will go, but you work during the day. When do you do all this? I enjoy it. Like I said, the example I gave about my kids, when I'm trying to do the me factor, nobody interferes with that. When it comes to mother, this, that, we'll do it, right? But I'm doing all this and you want more. So I have to say, oh, whoa, just give me a little time. I don't hate my kids. Somebody will say, oh, only in my time. Only no, that's not what we are talking about here. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm this, I'm that. But you is the most important of all that. If you're a woman and you think that you have to lose you to be the missus, you are in trouble. If you have to lose the you to be the mother, you are in trouble. You have to lose the you to be the sister, the daughter, whatever, you are in trouble. Don't allow anybody to take you over so that you lose yourself. And then you can't own your stuff. And then when you meet friends, you are griping, oh, I'm always doing this for my family members and they don't appreciate it. And you are griping and complaining, yet you do nothing about it. Learn to own your stuff. Be real and authentic. I was saying, and I'll say it again, there's a lot of fake people. You need to be able to separate the chaff from the wheat, or say whatever the expression is. And I mean, you don't do it in any miserable way or confrontational way. You are on your journey. So you are trying to get to your authentic self. So why would you encourage people or entertain people who are not real to come and mess you up? I believe in meeting like-minded people. We build each other up. I learn from you, you learn from me. And that is what life is about. So yeah, it's just not the thing. I'll read these two comments and then we'll be done. Pastor P says, then there's this problem in our society. Some people put others down and refuse to learn from them just because they look at your background or your status in society. Thank you. And Ajua says, true talk, power, and bond regarding you, our emphasis of being a change maker. Oh, okay. How many people within our society communities are willing to develop such unique abilities? No. So yes, we've said a lot and we have to get off now, but we appreciate you joining us today. So today you were on the Own It platform with your own Queen of Own It and ornithologist, because my coach, Dr. Fred Jones, is a ornithologist. So I thought, hey, you know what? Ornithologist sounds good. I'm not an expert by any means, but I'm sharing the benefits of my experiences. So I'm helping and supporting you to own your stuff. So don't forget, we'll be back next Saturday. And keep watching for the videos. I'll be putting a few videos and things next week as well. So keep in mind, March 24th, 99 cents only for that day only. Thank you so much, Ajua, Pastor Patience, Message, Belinda. Who else was on? Please, the comments have lost all the names. So I really appreciate you joining us today. If I didn't mention your name, know that we still appreciate you. Thank you for all your support. And we'll be on next week as well to do one last program before the launch on the 24th. So God bless you all. We love you. Thank you for your support. And hey, be real, be authentic, and support somebody. Bless somebody. Okay? Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.